Some are just about in the rearview mirror, and that means football is around the corner. It means preseason football is here. Had some preseason football last night. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase were in action, hooked up for a touchdown, and the Saints get things started coming up on Sunday out in Los Angeles against the Chargers. I got 4 things that I'm looking for in this game. And I've said this a couple days in a row. I'll say it again today. I am as excited for this preseason game as I have been for a Saints preseason game ever. I think that's probably fair. Like, they don't ever take a quarterback in the first round, so that's never something that you're looking at, even if it's a backup. And now you've got an actual competition with an early round draft choice, new coach, and you feel like there's going to be some guys who actually do play in this game. Like, you're not going to see Alvin Kamara in this game. I wouldn't think you'd see a ton of Chris Olave in this game, if any. Same may go for Rashid Shaheed. I don't know if Demario Davis is going to put in a ton of work in this game. But you're going to see a lot of guys who the Saints are, 1, counting on this season, 2, counting on down the line. And I think that's fascinating. So the first thing I'm looking at here, and it kind of sets the table for the rest of the things, is what's the approach here? What are we doing? What are we trying to get accomplished? Are we putting our quarterbacks out there with functional offensive linemen? Are we putting our wide receivers out there for the quarterback? Are we playing a lot of young guys a lot of snaps? Are we getting some reps for Chase Young? Like, what are we trying to accomplish here? That's number 1 on the list. And until I know that, I can't know exactly how the rest of this falls into place. But that's something that I'll be on the lookout for early in the game. You'll be able to tell. You'll know if Eric McCoy's out there. You'll know if Trevor Penning's out there. You'll know if Kool-Aid McKinstry's playing, or how much you're going to see of Alontae Taylor. We'll see if Justin Reed plays. Like, you'll see, and we'll know. But number 2 is massive. The offensive line has got to dominate in this game, because I'm confident Kelvin Banks is going to play. I would imagine Taliesin Fuaga's got to play. I think Trevor Penning's going to play some. I could see McCoy sitting. But, like, you're probably going to have 3, 4, maybe even 5 offensive linemen out there, and they need to dominate what's likely a second-team unit from the Chargers, right? I don't think the Chargers are going to play a ton of guys in this game, at least not for a long time. And you've got to dominate. 1, because that's your offensive line against 2s. And secondly, because you need the offensive line to dominate so your quarterbacks have opportunity to function. You can't have neither Shook nor Rattler taking snaps and running for their lives. And from everything that we've heard from the media that's been out there in training camp, is that when the second-team offensive line goes out there, it's very rarely a clean pocket where a quarterback can survey the field and deliver the ball. There's just, generally speaking, some significant issues up front, and that hinders the quarterback's development. Yes, at a certain point, you do have to learn to play under duress, play off schedule, play off script, all those things. But you develop on script. You develop from the pocket. And the offensive line needs to dominate to give the quarterbacks that opportunity. My guess is, and of course I'm guessing here, is that the Saints will play better offensive linemen longer than the Chargers will play good defensive linemen. That's my guess. So go out there and make it happen. Like, win the line of scrimmage, give the quarterbacks an opportunity to work, and give the running backs an opportunity to show what they can do. Because Kamara's not going to play. I want to see Kendre Miller badly. I want to see a little of Cam Akers. I certainly would like to see Devin Neal, but he's hurt. So I want to see some of these. I want to see Clyde. I want to see some of these running backs. We'll see what the Saints are able to do up front. And that brings me to the running back rotation. Like, okay, who's getting touches? Who do we want to see? Who are we evaluating? It feels like you've got some proven commodities in Akers and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. They're not stars. They're not Pro Bowlers. They are veterans. They can function in offense. Does Kendre Miller, if given the opportunity from a good offensive line, is he playing better than everybody else? Because what we would imagine based on the draft position is he's better than these guys. Not their draft position overall. Clyde was obviously a first-round pick, but you know what I'm saying? The Saints took him as an early draft pick. They got these 2 guys basically off the street. So you've invested more in Miller. I want to see what that rotation looks like. We know Kamara is sitting. That gives you the entire game to get anybody involved that you want to in any capacity you want to. I'm interested in seeing how that plays out. And then the last one comes in the secondary. We have heard a lot of very good things about Kool-Aid McKinstry. One, my hopes for him playing a lot are not huge. He's a starter on the outside for you. So is he going to play 3 quarters? No. Maybe he gets a quarter and a half. Maybe he gets 2 series. I'd like to see him, one. But I'd also like to see Quincy Riley. I think we're going to see a lot of him. And Quincy Riley fits right into the slot that I'm focused on, which is young players with a lot of talent who could be cheap and good. And he is right out of that mold. So I think there's a chance that you're building toward your secondary of the future. Kool-Aid looks like a 1 potentially. You still got an investment in Alontae Taylor who's going to play, maybe outside, maybe inside. Is Quincy Riley the next guy up in that mold? I want to see him out there playing a little bit. I would imagine he could play a lot in this game. Wouldn't surprise me at all to see him in there late in the 3rd quarter, early in the 4th quarter. So that's mainly my top 4. I've got a 5th, but it's kind of on the back burner. I'll watch it, but we'll see. What's going on at punter? What do we got? The Saints have stunk at punter since Thomas Morstead was not re-signed. He's bounced around a little bit. Obviously, still calls New Orleans home, but he's been elsewhere, and you've tried to refine the next guy, and it has not worked. Matthew Hayball was not good last year, and the Saints put him on his way. So you've got some different options here, and that's pretty easy to evaluate. I want it high and placed properly with a lot of hang time consistently. This is something that's pretty easy to work on, work out, figure out. I'm hopeful the Saints do. That's not my chief focus, but it's certainly an emerging storyline in training camp, and punting's a big deal. Field position's a big deal. As good as these kickers are, it doesn't take very long to get into field goal range. The further you can pin a team back, especially late in the game, that matters. So I will be evaluating the punting, but more so, what's the approach to this game? What are the Saints trying to get accomplished in this game? The offensive line's got to dominate so that the running backs have room to run and the quarterbacks have room to operate on schedule, on platform, and on time. And then what running backs do we see and what do they look like? Quincy Riley, Kool-Aid McKinstry, give me something in the secondary. Those are my things that I'm looking for in this game. Saints and Chargers, 3 o'clock Central Time on Sunday from out in La La Land. Hey, it's Hunt. Thanks for watching Hunt on Saints. Before you leave, help us out a little bit. Hit that like button, leave your comments in the section below, and hit that subscribe button so you get all our content right here from Hunt on Saints. We'll see you next time.